Oh, hey, you. Good morning. Yeah, it's a remarkable morning, and it's just a couple of days before the clocks spring forward. Um, Thank you, Alexander. I wanted to make sure that I did a little bit of got a little bit of filming in this morning to show the position on the ribbon to where we are in this morning. And yes, I can point out the moon to you if you like. It's directly above that second pole there. Probably won't be visible for much longer because the sky is quite dusty. Oh, thank you. Two. Oh, look, I got my little helper with me. We come and throw stones in these parallel, horizontal, flat and level bodies of water, but due to global warming, these have all dried up and caused the local community to suffer, and they now have to drink bottled water from Coca-Cola, the company. Once the clocks bring forward, I'll come here to drop my older son off at school, and hopefully Monday morning I'll get a chance to film the effect. It will seem all of a sudden as though we've gone back in time, because it'll be dark. It will be dark, or darker, and so the body clock will be thrown into a bit of a spin, everybody being forced to kind of get back up in the dark. Anyway, that's not really why that's only part of you this morning. I wanted to come clean about the moon rotation. Yay! The moon rotation. Okay. The moon rotation. For a while, you'll know that I've mentioned it a few times, and even done a video where I talk about how the moon rolls through the sky like this. If you observe it over a period of time, it seems to be rolling at about half the speed of the hour hand of your watch or a clock. Wow, that's a big stone. Thank you, Alexander. I've just been presented with an asteroid by my son. I'm going to try and land a probe on it later today. Me and NASA and Disney and Elon Skunk. So yeah, the moon rolling like this through the sky, right? Oh, Rich, Mr. Thrive and Survive did a video the other day that set me back on my heels a little bit, but it also helped to explain some things that I hadn't really been able to explain, because I watch this rotation, but sometimes it doesn't follow the same kind of logic, because I've said from the beginning that I think that this rotation process, it would say begin, if you were watching a clock, you'd have to watch it from Australia through to America, and you'd see it do the full cycle of turn. When you live in one area, you only get to see it for a little bit of time. So so you don't get to see the entire rotation, you only get to see about a quarter of the rotation. That's a nice little bit of mud you got on yourself there, son. Unfortunately, our climate controlled puddles have reduced to mostly mud and sludge, and they're not much fun for throwing stones in because they don't splash so much. Anywho, so what Mr. Thrive and Survive's research and another's research whose name escapes me right now was saying, Daddy pick you up? Hello. What he was saying was that, what baby? That the moon is doing some interesting jumps. It's not following a standard rotation as it were, like a 24-hour rotation. It's sometimes yes! Bicycles. Yeah, it is. Yeah, boys were riding a bicycle. Oh, you want to get down? So that's worth saying, and I apologize for the clickbait in the title, because obviously I still think the moon is rotating. It's visibly rotating. I can see that. I've got no trouble with that. But it is doing some things that we can't really explain, some odd hops and so on. So I just wanted to put that on your radar. And in addition, these are, of course, incredible times, amazing times, and I had the pleasure the other day of meeting a young couple who are also going through their own amazing times. And let me get that. There we go. There we go. And having come to realize at a very young age that the world is nothing like they were brought up to believe, they have fantastic opportunity to start their lives, their adult lives, pretty much with that kind of that insight. But it comes with all its own challenges and fears. And one of the things that struck me as interesting is that as I'd been looking to, or am looking to, that one's not gonna come out, son. That's too deep in the ground. But this one might come out. Look here. Here we go. Look, that one's come loose. You want to finish it off? This one here. Yeah. You know, as I'm discovering or realizing that, you know, to kind of get onto the land, if you don't already have an asset, if you don't have a bunch of fake money in a bank account, the numbers on some bank account, then it's incredibly hard, because, you know, land has become such a valuable commodity that people are stingy with it, and they don't want to share it, and they don't want to, with such that even within our own families, we wouldn't share the land that one had gotten. You know, we wouldn't be able to do that with each other, because we are so caught up in our materialist thing. And I see this with some of the people I've been helping over the last 3 or 4 years, you know, where I've been trying to go into the community, as it were. You know, I see families all waiting for the the dying person to die, the older person to die, and for the estate to be divvied up. But the older person won't let the estate go into the younger hands before they're gone, you know, such that they might be able to use it in a way that's productive. It's a complex situation, but meeting this young couple who have also got the opportunity actually to have access to land, but in their own family, but and an opportunity to kind of set themselves up with a homestead, some kind of permaculture arrangement, which is really what one of the things I think we should all be looking to do. I mean, it may seem uncomfortable to some, and it's not for everybody, but you know, if we don't break our love affair with the supply chain, the supermarket and the fast food joints, then this system will continue to be one in which your life is relies on almost entirely. Yes, yes, darling. Oh, you want me to throw the stone? Ready, steady, go! Oh, whoa! Big splash. We good again? Oh, here's another stone. Do you want to throw this one? Yeah. So we know we do need to. We don't. You know, we do need to kind of do this, but we realize that we're doing it in very sort of turgid, hostile, and greed-infested waters, because people are untrusting of each other, their motives. People are as coveting their material stuff, and it is this covetousness that causes us so much difficulty down the line, really. I mean, look at that little fella. Yeah. So you know, just I'm just putting that out there, to say, well, you know, how cool it is to meet other people who are on a similar path and have similar kind of life challenges. Because, you know, if you're like me, then you go, shit, you know, how am I meant to make this change happen when I don't have the asset and the bank account and the sort of material means to make the break, to get away. And you know, perhaps it's a matter of still being patient, a matter of allowing time for the various universal factors to unwind, such that we can make those changes, and in each day be trying to move in the right kind of direction. I'm not moving him in the right direction, I can tell from the sounds that he's making. Did you want to throw this in the water? You want to throw the stone? Whoa, good throw, Alexander. He's pretty handy with a throwing these days. Well, he's been handy with it since the beginning, really. So anyway, I mean, that's just a quickie. I'm pretty busy at the moment, thankfully. Rent day approaches, and well, it's nice to be physical as well, because the body needs the physical activity. If you don't get that, you get stagnant, and your waters will get stagnant. Things will start to go a little bit moldy and turgid, just like that's today. Two example of when you move things a bit mold. I mean, it's a bit. It's not too perfect here. Yeah. And we got things to do. So it's entertaining. Because he's not very happy with Daddy being. Yes. What's he? Yeah, he's not very happy with Daddy being paying attention to the stuff. And all the best and all that to you and yours and those you care about.